journal entries. So what's all about the journal entries? Okay, let us see. So journal entries ay ganito guys, no? It's the source of all. It's the source. I would say it's the source of the financial statements. It's the source of the what is this business transaction? Okay, na kung saan this is the original, kung saan yung accountant, ini-interpret niya yung mga business transactions accordingly sa journal entries. So, it will start in, maybe it will start in this, in a very small or maybe one transaction, and then your transaction will grow until such time na meron ka ng financial statements. Okay? So, what is this all about? So journal entries is about the way, okay, it's your way of capturing business activity. Okay, so tingnan nyo naman, ang sarap ng ngiti ni ma'am, no? So siguro, naiintindihan niya ng todo ang journal entries. Okay, so meron siyang panulat. So paano ba yan? So may tinatawag tayong double entry bookkeeping, okay, double entry system. So ibig sabihin, okay, it is a system of bookkeeping because every entry to an account. So guys, every entry to an account. So yung account na sinasabi na yan, alam nyo na dapat. Okay, so meron kang cash account, meron kang receivable account, meron kang inventory account, all accounts. Okay, so for that account requires corresponding opposite entry to a different account. Okay, so ibig sabihin, may kabangga. Okay, so kung yung cash, ano yung possible na kabangga niya? So pag nag-debit ka ng cash, ano yung possible na kabangga niya? Okay, so sabi niya, opposite entry. So kapag nag-debit ka ng cash, dapat may opposite entry ka na credit, which is a different account. Okay? So, magdedepende yan what kind of business transaction. Alright? So, let's move forward. So, naintindihan natin in terms of the double entry na dapat kung meron kang dinebit, meron kang credit. Okay? So, what are the rules? So, these are the rules, okay, of journal entry. Entry must have at least 2 accounts. One debit and one credit. Okay? So, dapat daw at least 2 accounts. One debit and one credit. Hindi mo masasabing accounting entry kapag one account lang. Okay? One debit lang. Okay? Walang credit na kasama. And then, debit is listed first and then credit. Okay? So, pag magsusulat ka daw, palaging debit ang mauna and then credit. So, this is how you make a journal entry. Okay? Debit will always equal the credit amount. So, kaya nga sinasabi natin, debit equals credit. Okay? So, parang lumalabas, asset equals liabilities plus capital. Wherein, yung asset is always a debit account, yung normal balance niya, and then the credit is that liabilities and capital. Okay? So, that's why debit will always equal the credit amount. So, you guys know, itong dinidiscuss natin na to, powerful to, no? Wherein pinapakita natin to sa ating mga problem solving. Okay? So, as far as I remember, naipakita natin to sa financial accounting reporting, sa auditing problem. Okay? So, sa mga hawak kong subjects, so at least napapakita natin. So, these are the example, no? Business transaction sample. So, for example, the owner invested 300,000 cash to start the business. So, balikan natin yung rule. Ang sabi ng rule, dapat mayroong debit and may credit. Okay? And then, yung amount niya dapat equal. So, kung ano yung amount na dinebit mo, siya din dapat ang credit na amount. So, let us see. Okay? So, owner invested 300,000 cash. So, ibig sabihin, naka-receive si business. So, meron kang cash, debit, and then, i-credit mo si equity. Okay, so remember the assets. Remember the accounting equation. Assets equals liabilities plus capital. Okay? And then the company or the business purchase equipment for 100,000 to be used in the operation. Okay? So, bumili ka raw in cash. So again, asset siya, which is debit account. So debit asset or yeah, equipment. And then credit, it's possible na maybe on account yun or maybe cash. So i-debit natin cash kung cash account na 100,000 and then i-credit mo ang accounts payable for 100,000. Okay? So moving forward, you purchase also let us say supplies for your operational purposes. So debit supplies, credit, cash, 50,000. Again, it's possible na either on account binili or on cash. So meron ang entry mo ay debit supplies, credit, cash of 50,000. And then, dahil nga, syempre, you already invested in equipment and then meron ka ng supplies, so nagkaroon ka na ng sales. Okay, so sales on account. Sabi niya, pag sales on account, so this is a receivable account. Accounts receivable. So debit accounts receivable and credit sales. So yung sales na yon is a revenue account. Okay? Which is normally, ang sales is a credit account. So yun yung normal balance niya. Okay? So again, debit sales and debit cash and then credit sales for 150,000 each. Okay? So dapat again, balance dapat yung amount. So kung ano yung dinebit mo, siya rin ang amount na i-credit mo dapat. Okay? So you also collected 100,000 sales. So naka-collected ka na raw on this number 4. Okay, so of course, since nakakollect ka, meron kang cash na debit amount of 100,000 and then i-credit mo na yung accounts receivable mo para mabawasan. Okay? So again, accounts receivable is an asset account which is its normal balance is debit. So if you want to decrease the normal balance, okay, of an account, okay, of that accounts receivable, you have to credit. So again, number 5 is debit cash 100,000 and then credit accounts receivable 100,000. Okay, so that's how you going to these are the examples of business transactions. Okay, so you have to strengthen your analysis in terms, or let us say your business understanding kung paano ba inire-record, kasi this is very important in the board exam, especially if kung nalilito ka na, if you don't know kung di mo alam kung ano na bang nangyari, kung i-add ba or i-deduct. So this is very powerful, no? When you want to understand kung what is your approach. Okay, so let's move forward. So naintindihan mo na. Okay, naintindihan mo na ang journal entry. So after that kasi, when you made a journal entry, it's time for you to organize your entries. So nandyan yung, that's the purpose of the general ledger or the accounts. Okay, so in general ledger, ibig sabihin ledger for each account. Okay, so yung katulad nito kanina, meron kang ledger for cash, meron kang ledger for equity, for equipment, okay, for accounts payable. So isa-isang ledger yon. Meron kang sales, meron kang accounts receivable, okay. So that's the sample. Yan yung ibig sabihin niya na general ledger. So doon mo siya ipapasok yung mga transaction. Okay? So it's also possible na T accounts ang gamitin mo, which is the simplest one instead of general ledger. So general ledger kasi this is a very formal, while T accounts is mas madaling gamitin eh. Okay? Ang T accounts. Okay. So na-organize mo na. Alam mo na yung summary of each accounts. Nakuha mo na rin yung ending balance. So what will happen next? after that, ang gagawin mo is trial balance. So trial balance is the summary of our accounts wherein papasok mo na kung magkano yung debit, magkano yung credit amount. So let us say sa ledger account na the cash ledger account, nakuha mo na kung magkano yung ending balance no. So you have to put it there yung summary, cash, and then debit mo yung ilalagay mo siya sa debit column ng trial balance. So, accounts receivable, magkano yung balance? So, debit column. So yung accounts, okay, it's very important to know kung debit or credit account siya. Okay, what's the normal balance? So, again, asset is a debit account. Usual normal balance niya. And then liabilities and equity are credit account. So, yun, dun mo siya ilalagay sa trial balance, no? Credit column. And then, revenue, na-discuss natin kanina, the credit account, expenses are debit account. Okay? So, that's how you're going to... So, hindi ko na i-discuss in details to guys, no? If you want, we can have a further discussion on trial balance kung gusto nyo makita. But I think it's okay na because in auditing problem, meron tayong mga ganitong I think meron tayong binigay na ganitong problems to be solved. Okay? So, from here, ang use kasi ng trial balance, guys, is for us to determine, okay, na maging accurate yung financial statements natin. Why? Because dito natin makikita kung yung debit and credit is equal ba. Okay? Dito sa trial balance na yan. So, it's a preparation for us for the financial statement. And then makikita mo rin doon ano pa yung need mong i-adjust na accounts. Okay? So, it's possible na salaries, kulang pa. Utilities, kulang pa. Electricity, kulang pa. And maybe yung sa other asset accounts, pwede. Depreciation, prepayments, yung mga yan. Then yung mga possible adjusting entries na pwede mong makita sa trial balance. Okay? Because, again, since ang trial balance is a summary of the ledger account, so makikita mo yung each nature of the accounts, kung na-adjust na ba or hindi, or kailangan pang i-adjust. So, that's the purpose. Okay? So, again, this should be balanced. The debit and credit of the trial balance should be balanced. Kaya nga, trial balance. Sinusubukan mong subok na balanse. Okay? O, tatagalugin mo, trial balance, subok na balanse. Okay? So, hindi pa siya final. Okay? So, kasi papasok pa yan kung may adjusting entry and then, ayun na, adjusted trial balance and then papasok na yung financial statements. Okay? So,